my last video, we saw how to create a rudimentary 3D model from Stable Diffusion. The results were amusing, but made at best without polishing the traditional way. So how can we improve on it and create something a little more elegant? But before diving into it, here are some alternatives to the workflow I showed last time. Remember how we used a 2048 for 2048p image to create our model in Gaussian? I tried increasing the resolution even more so that you don't have to try it. Here's the result with the upscaled image at 8K. I hoped for better, but as you can see, here are diminishing returns for increasing the resolution. Also, training the Gaussian splatting with more epochs creates white artifacts or blotches in the mesh. This may be due to the settings included in the config file, but I'm not expert enough to fix it. I'm going to play low with it and I will post a video if I find some good result. In the meanwhile, please let me know in the comments if you have any idea on how to improve it. Back to the main topic, we have created our model and animated it. Now what? Well, we can now go back to Blender and create a simple scene to use as a base for Stable Diffusion. First, the light in the background. We can achieve both easily through one simple trick in the Shading tab. As you may know, Blender can make good use of HDRI to create accurate lighting and shadows on the models in the scene. You can find some high-quality free HDRI on Polyhaven, or you can buy one on several online stores. Or you can create one yourself in Stable Diffusion. Let's fire up Stable Diffusion and write the prompt in text to image. Remember, we are going to use this image for our background, so we should try to avoid humans or animals in the scene. Here I went for something surreal in space. Then after finding an image that we like, we can bring it to the Image to Image tab and start upscaling it. Then in GIMP we can convert the PNG file by exporting it to EXR for Blender to read it as an HDRI in the scene. In Blender we can open the shader editor and switch to the World tab. Here I just put the HDRI node and connect it to the background, but you can have fun with tweaking the settings by adding further nodes if you like. As you can see, if we switch to the shading port, the background has been filled, and now our character looks like it belongs to this environment. Blender has wrapped the image all around our scene, so it's better not to point our camera right where our image wraps upon itself. Now, we can position our camera and start rendering once we find the position that we like. However, try not to have too fast movement or the result will be quite weird, and don't forget to set the camera resolution. Now that we have our render as a series of images, we can create an MP4 simply by importing them as a sequence in DaVinci Resolve. Remember to set the project settings and delivery settings to the resolution of your render to avoid black borders that would create weird artifacts in the next steps. In Comfy UI, we can load the video of our render, set the frame rate and size. Then we have to set the control nets. Since OpenPose doesn't read my alien as a person, I deactivated it and used only depth maps and HED lines. To learn about the different control nets, check the guide in the description below. Then we can set our LoRa's and prompts. Finally, after setting the ambient diff loader and the K-sampler, we can generate our image. This process may take some time, especially on the first time. But after that, you can relax and try different combinations of LoRa's and prompts until you find something that satisfies you. You can also increase the frame rate and interpolate the videos for a smoother appearance with software such as Glow Frames. Having a 3D model of your subject allows you to easily change the pose in few steps. Also, by changing the camera movements and background of your base render, you can achieve more precise animations that can be tweaked exactly as you like. I think that our island model has danced enough for today, but I still have other projects to share with you. In the next one, we're going to explore how to mix some of the latest trends. So, if you like this video, please subscribe for more in the future. Until the next time, goodbye.